The Didot typeface is named after the Didot family, a famous family of French printers who owned the most important print shop and font foundry in France around 1800. Didot was the first in France to print books using stereotyping, a process he named and improved, which enabled him to make less expensive books. In printing, the term stereotype refers to the mental printing plate created for the actual printing of pages, as opposed to printing pages directly with movable type. Firmin developed his typeface sometime between 1784 and 1811. Firmin Didot cut the letters and cast them as type in Paris. His brother Pierre used the types in print. The first commercial use of Didot was Voltaire's La Henriade in 1818. The Didot types defined the characteristics of the modern type style. Didot is based on the Baskerville font, a transitional typeface created by John Baskerville. Characteristics of transitional typefaces are upright letters, thick and thin strokes with ample contrast, and wide bracketed serifs. A similar style, created around the same time, called Bodoni, also named after its creator. Didot and Bodoni are credited with establishing the Didoni style, a combination of the two names. Modern or Didoni serif typefaces, which first emerged in the late 18th century, are characterized by the high contrast between thick and thin strokes, variations in ascenders, flat hairline serifs, and vertical stress with statue-like characters. Modern typefaces tend to be eye-catching and very elegant at large sizes, which makes them very useful for display purposes, where the contrast create dynamic and elegant effects. When used for body text, both in print and digital, the high contrast impairs readability, which makes them a poor choice for large amounts of copy. Didoni typefaces tend to experience something called dazzle, where the fine lines would disappear in smaller point sizes, making it difficult to read. All digital versions of Didot are revivals. The most common digital versions are from Adrian Frutiger for the Linotype Foundry. Frutiger studied the Didot types using La Henriade, creating a font family that includes old-style figures, a headline version, and an ornamental version. The Foundry Daylight version was commissioned and used by CBS for many years, along with its famous eye logo. Writer and typographer Sarah Heinemann founded the London-based initiative Type Testing, where she studies and experiments with how type can influence the way we think, feel, and experience the world around us. She investigated the relationship between typography and cost in a 2015 survey at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. After surveying over 368 people, the results suggested that bold typefaces with rounder terminals appear cheaper, whereas lighter weights, serifs, and contrasts appear more expensive, with Didot highlighted as the diamond of all fonts. Didot tends to make fashion titles look elegant, timeless, and luxurious. Giorgio Armani uses Didot LT. This Zara logo was created during a 2019 rebrand by Baron & Baron, a boutique advertising agency specializing in fashion, fragrance, and cosmetic luxury brands. This logo was criticized for their uncomfortably close kerning, but uses Didot LT Pro. The Harper's Bazaar logo first appeared in the 1930s and was created by Alexei Brodovich, the magazine's art director at the time. In his I Magazine essay, Through Thick and Thin, Fashion and Type, Abbott Miller says, Didot was the black blade that cut the white space of his layouts. HTF Didot was commissioned by Harper's Bazaar magazine in 1991 as part of an overall redesign. The most recognizable use of Didot comes from the most famous fashion magazine in the world, Vogue magazine. Alexander Lieberman served as art director at Vogue from 1944 to 1961. In 1947, the first Vogue logo appeared in Didot typeface. Like Harper's Bazaar, the logo varied for a period of time, including hand-drawn variations, with the Didot logo becoming permanent by 1955.